Reviewing your time card before submitting it for approval. This is the time card 0005503. I'm going to enter this time card. It's going to show a summary right here in this section, which will be a summary of the different types of labor. So you can see the regular T&M service work here. I have 89 hours and 6 minutes, so that is not a busy week on call for this instance. That would be a problem with a issue with build time on a work order. So I'm going to go back into the details section, which is right here. And this will be a breakdown day by day of the work order. So Monday, there's 1 hour here. Unfortunately, in this screen, it does not pinpoint which work order number each line is. Hopefully the application will get updated later, but it doesn't show it as a work order number in here. As I scroll through here, I can see on this Friday there's 24 hours, so that is an error. This Saturday is 24 hours, that is an error. And there's Sunday that's 20 hours and 6 minutes, which is an error. I can assume what has happened at this work order that has these labor entries was a work order that was in pause that we need to refrain from doing. There's no reason to put work orders into pause anymore. I'll explain that later, but it comes down to your labor log. Just your status of your labor log. If you want to complete it, mark the labor log is complete. Don't mark your work order into pause. But I'll show a video on that. So as you can see on these labor entries here for 24 hours, and 20 hours would be incorrect. So I'm assuming at Sunday at probably 8:06 p.m. this work order was signed off because it was either held open for another reason or what have you. And once that work order was signed off, it completed the time log, which probably started a few days prior. So that's the reason why that labor got there. So we have to go into that work order and delete that labor line section. I have the work order written down because I know which one it is. So I've located the work order in which I knew the problem was on, which had those labor entries on the dates and the time card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter this work order. And this work order is in the completed status, as we can see right here. I'm going to go over to the log section right here, enter the log. And this is a good point. Every time you complete a work order too, you want to review the logs. You can see this log here has a 24-hour log on it right here from 12 a.m. to midnight. Same thing here, same thing here. So these 3 log entries, I'm going to want to delete them. Basically, click and hold each log. I can select multiples, the 20-hour and 24-hour, and then I can select each one and hit the garbage can, and that will delete them. And then save it. And then those logs are now gone from this work order, which has the original visit with overtime and regular time and the follow-up here. So now I'm back to the work order. Here's my work order, time card. You see, if I go click on the summary to review it, it's 21 hours for regular T&M service, overtime, and what have you here. When I go back to the details, which is a breakdown of the labor day by day, overclicked, those 24-hour entries that were on Friday and Saturday and Sunday are all now gone. So now this time card is better, where it has a good time where you review it. You want to review your time card every week, even if you want to look at the time totals. Selection right on the bottom there, you can do so. Oh, I backed out one step too far, so I'll go into my time card and I click submit, and then that time card is ready to go. So you want to make sure you review your time card at the end of your work week on Friday. If you're on call on Friday, just say if you did don't worry about keeping your time card open, because if you need to go back, this time card is submitted. As you can see here, it's no longer in on hold. It'll be in the pending approval section. You can always touch it and hit the 3 dots on the button and put it back on hold and add more to it if need be. So you can see it's no longer pending approving, it's back on hold. You can spit it back out and then add to it if need be, if you need to add time after your work order was submitted. So I'm just going to go back and repeat the process, submit it after the time card is reviewed, and we're good to go.